After 10 years of producing campaigns for brands like Mercedes, US Bank, the American Heart Association, and Comcast, we started to notice something. Most effective brands, regardless of the size or industry, all follow the same pattern when it comes to video. If you're a company that knows you need content, you're not sure where to start, this is the framework we use to help leadership teams get clarity and alignment.
Step one, anchor your brand. And what that really means is have a piece of content that lives on your website, lives on maybe your YouTube or any other outlets that you have permanent channels for, that establishes who your brand is, maybe features some of your leadership team, maybe it's animation that just explains what your product is. Usually when brands approach us to do this type of content, this is where they want to make a little bit more of a splash, maybe spend a little bit more money to really establish your brand. But if you're a smaller brand, you don't necessarily have to do that. You just want to create something that someone can understand who you are in a short amount of time. So that's step one in our process.
Step two is to establish authority. What we do for that is ongoing and long-form content like branded podcasts, VSLs like we're doing right now, that help you demonstrate your expertise and tell your story in depth to deepen a connection with your audience over time.
And the main value of having that as a step two is the consistency factor, like Michael mentioned. Being able to do it on a recurring cadence. Once you have that foundation established, you really need to amplify your brand through that consistency to develop that connection and trust with your customers and with your partners. And that also leads directly into step three, which is staying top of mind, making sure that you stay visible by turning step one and two into consistent social content that can be output across LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, whatever other platforms that you have.
And even newsletters.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about steps 2 and 3 is step 2 really feeds into step 3. If you're doing that consistent video sales letter format, consistent podcast format, you have a wealth of source material to generate the social content. And so these 3 steps all work together to increase your brand authority, awareness, and make you more accessible to your customers.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as a magic formula. We have seen these things work over time as a general framework. But if you say, hey, what's the anchor video? Or hey, what's the establishing authority video? Or what should the social content look at? It really depends brand by brand. So if you're looking to get started with content, please feel free to reach out to us and we can do a complimentary assessment for you.